Hey YouTube, this is Christian and we're going to learn how to make Pokeballs in Nomad Sculpt. Let's get into it. So we start with a sphere, select the mask tool and tap outside the object to invert the selection. Extract the shell at about 0.150. Subdivide once. Alright, that should give you a high enough resolution. Now we're going to go to the trim tool and make sure rectangle is selected. And we're going to cut out a small rectangle in the middle of the sphere. That's going to act as the middle of the Pokeball. Now we're going to add a cylinder. Make sure snap is selected and rotate it by 70 degrees forward once and pull it forward. And size it out to the way that you like. I'm going to try and get in the middle here. Alright. Now what we're going to want to do is duplicate that and make it a little bit bigger. So that hole a little bit bigger. Oh yeah, we're going to subdivide first, just so I can get a clean cut hole. So select the duplicated cylinder and scale it up slightly. Alright. Now what we're going to do is called a boolean. That's basically where you take one shape and you cut it out of another one. So select the sphere of the shell and click voxel merge and merge it around 600 resolution. Yeah, it'll take a minute. And there you go. That's the hole for the button view. Alright, now we're going to select the inside of the sphere. Click mask, tap outside to invert. Now I just want to paint it black metallic color. Perfect. There we go. Alright, looking good. Now we're going to want to bring that in a little bit so it's more flush with the rest of the ball. Subdivide a little bit more to get a clean cylinder. Alright. Now we're going to want to adjust this and duplicate it one more time to make the actual button. Duplicate it, pull it forward, shrink it, and pull it back, and there you go. There's your button. Now, the shell is one model, so we can't paint it properly, so we're going to have to come over to this menu, press separate, and now we can paint each part of the model individually. We're going to want to take the top model and paint it red and metallic. I like it metallic. That's how I like my Pokeballs. We're going to paint the bottom part more white. I'm going to make the roughness and metallic levels lower, right? And I think you can see where I'm going with this. Just going to sync that up. And now I want the button itself to be glowing because I think it's a cool effect. So we're going to go to this menu and click always unlit, and there you go. Now we can turn on post-processing. You can see the bloom. There's a darker ring around the outside of the button the way that it is now, so I'm going to turn off ambient occlusion, and I want to turn off curvature because I don't really want those white edges around the edge of the Pokeball. Curvature, and we're going to turn off ambient occlusion. There we go. You can see the difference here. You can keep it on if you like the look of it, but I prefer it without. There you go. That's the OG Pokeball. Alright. So the next thing we're going to do is make a great ball, and that's pretty easy. We're just going to select the top shell. Bring the color down to a bluish color. I want it to look a little bit less metallic than the red one. There we go. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add a cylinder. Here we go. There. Now, turn on snapping, make sure it's set to 90 degrees. There you go, shrink it down a little bit. And now we're going to want to cut it in half just to get a more clean looking shape. So select the trim tool, select rectangle. Oh, yeah, make sure symmetry is off. There we go. Alright. And now we're going to rotate that a bit, shrink it, pull it out. And this is going to create those red ridges that are on the edge of the Pokeball. Alright. Okay, just editing that a little bit. So now we're going to want to duplicate it with the clone button. There we go, rotate that a bit more, pull that to the other side. I probably could have done this with the mirror tool. Next time I'll probably have to do that. But here we go. Making the two ridges. Alright, let me pull those back a little bit. They look a little bit off. Okay. Yep, there we go. Scaling them down. Now the other one. Alright. Let's see. So yeah, like I said, you can shape these to whatever your preference might be. I like the look of using cylinders instead. Alright. Now we're going to come over to the color section again and paint them red, bright red, or cherryish red, I guess. I copy the color onto the other one. And I want these to be a little bit translucent, so we're going to come over to the Materials tab and select Refraction. There we go. And do it to the other one. There we go. That gives it a nice, kind of a glassy look. And there's your Great Ball right there. Alright. Now, for the next one, it's going to be the Ultra Ball, which is honestly probably one of the coolest looking ones. Yeah, we're going to paint the top shell black, kind of like a metallic black like this. Right? Okay. Now, we're going to go to the Select Mask tool. Right? Make sure rectangle's set, and make sure symmetry is on. And we're going to draw a rectangle on one side of this Pokeball to mask it out. There we go. Let's try that again. There. Now you can see those black stripes. They're kind of like blocking out the rest of the model. Now we're going to come to the top and make one more rectangle at the top. Make an H-like shape. And invert it by tapping outside of the object. And we're going to come to the paint tool, go to yellow, bring the roughness down a little bit. I think it creates these nice like race car stripes when the matteness is down, but the metal is actually shiny. Yeah, there we go. And there's the Ultra Ball right there. See, as you can see, like after you have the main Pokeball down, the rest of it becomes a little bit easier. Love the way those stripes look. Okay. Now we're going to do the Master Ball to finish this off. Okay. We're going to want to paint the top shell metallic yellow. I'm not yellow, purple. My bad. Alright. And I have an alpha that I made. I'll put it on screen here and you can screenshot it so you can use it too. It's an M. Alright. And yeah. You're going to want to change the color of the paint to be matte white. There we go. Alright, and we're going to come down and select Lock Radius so we can pull out the shape of the M. And there we go. We got a matte M. Now the last part's going to be easy. We just need to add a sphere. Going to bring it to the back a little bit. Push it back. There we go. Resize it. Now we're going to duplicate that and bring it to the other end. And now I'm sure you can see what I'm doing here. Alright. Now we're going to want to paint these little spheres red. kind of similarly to how we did on the Great Ball. And turn on refraction. Now they're a little matte because I forgot to turn up the to turn down the roughness, so I'm gonna have to adjust that in a minute. Yep, there we go. Turn down the roughness, select paint all, and do it to the other side. And there you go. There's your master ball. Alright, I hope you guys liked the video. Please be free to feel free to comment and ask any questions you have, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.